What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan. I'm BMX45. Today we're coming at you with another video. We have another in our How to Build series. This time we're talking about Jesmon because we got some new awesome Jesmon support in BT20. Another deck that I'm looking really forward to. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to build it because there's so many good red decks in this set that I really want to play. But we wanted to look at it and talk about the new cards plus the old cards and see what kind of builds we think we're going to be playing with the new Jesmon support. So without further ado, let's just get into it. Let's start talking about these cards as always and what the builds potentially could look like for Jesmon in 2.5. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. Well, we're going to start off here at the bottom. The eggs. Eggs are not super important in Jesmon, really. Traditionally, Gurimon was the one that we used to play a lot, and that was the BT8 Gurimon, which had when attacking once per turn, if this Digimon has 6,000 DP or more, draw one. But I mean, you could easily just run the BT14 Koromon, which just means you need to check a security to draw one. So both are good options. I would say that if this one's just better because it doesn't require you to get up to like a level 5. Although you don't really attack with this deck with under a level 5. So, I mean, you never know. I think either one is good, but probably consistency-wise, BT14 Koromon is just going to be the better version, especially because this deck does piercing. Getting into the Digimon, we have several different Huckmons. We have the ST12 Huckmon, which is your turn once per turn when you play a Digimon with Sistermon. Its name, gain 1 memory, and then plus 1,000 for Huckmon and Royal Knight trait Digimon. You have the Security Huckmon that deletes one of your opponent's Digimon, and then draw from the deck, and then add this card to the owner's hand. That's an alright one. You have your Searcher Huckmon, one of the best searchers in the game, I possibly think, because it's reveal top 5, add 2 Digimon cards with Huckmon, Jesmon, Sistermon, their names among them to your hand. So it's good. And then you have the Huckmon from BT13, which is also a good one. When you play a Digimon with Sistermon in its name, you may Digivolve into Bio-Huckmon in hand without paying its cost. So just playing a Sistermon, you get to Digivolve. Your turn, once per turn, when you play a Digimon with Sistermon, its name, gain 1 memory. That's a good inheritable. I definitely think that these two are going to be staples. And then we have the new Huckmon, which is start of your main phase by trashing 1 card with Huckmon or Sistermon in its name or Royal Knight trait in your hand, draw 1, and gain 1 memory. That is definitely going to be a staple, I think. So I'm banking on these being your main Huckmons right here. Maybe you run some of these. I just don't see them being as good. And you know what? We forgot a Huckmon, because actually there is one more Huckmon here. Come on. The BT6. Or BT6? I think it's BT6. BT7 Huckmon that just has the inheritable that lets you reveal and add all Sistermons to your hand when attacking. Reveal top 5, add all Sistermons. So that could be one you could play too, just because having that in your stack is good. These ones are all really good to play on the field. Obviously, some of them being better, you know, in the back, but definitely you could play this along with these guys. You could have, depends how many rookies you want. You don't have a super big rookie spot because you do have lots of Sistermons taking up spots in this deck, so you have to wait and see. But definitely think that these two guys right here are kind of out, in my opinion. Going on to the Sistermon Blancs, here are our other level 3s. We have the OG Sistermon Blanc that gives everything blocker and on-play draw 1. We have the on-play trash 1 card in your hand, draw 2 Sistermon that has decoy. And we have the Sistermon Blanc Awakened. I don't see, it gives recovery +1, but I honestly don't see this card seeing much play. So I would say probably in between these two, probably more towards the ST12 one. It is better just because it sets up your trash and allows you to draw, although the blocker is good too. If we move on, we have Bio-Huckmons here. We have the ST12 one, which just has the inheritable plus 1,000. I think this one's not as good as some of the other ones, so I don't see this one seeing play as much. We have the OG Bio-Huckmon that once per turn, if you have a Digimon with Sistermon in its name, in play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 DP or less. I could see this seeing play potentially. I mean, both of these are equally as good, really. If you need, I wouldn't say you're playing 4 of either of these. Probably going to be playing the BT13 one, which is your turn when you would play a Sistermon its name. You may Digivolve this Digimon into a Savior Huckmon in your head. For its Digivolution cost, when this Digimon would Digivolve by this effect, reduce the cost by 2, so it Digivolves to Savior for 1. And then your turn, once per turn, when you play a Digimon with Sistermon in its name, gain 1 memory. So same inheritable as the BT13 Huckmon. We also have the new Huckmon, which is main. Once per turn, you may play one Digimon with Sistermon / Gankumon in its name from your hand with a play cost reduced by 2. So that's pretty good. Unless you play a Ganku, that's hilarious. And it has the plus 1,000 inheritable, so I think like that would probably get rid of that. So I think definitely these two are going to be your main Bio Huckmons. Maybe you might play... you might play like one of these for that extra destruction if you want more than 8 targets. Again, space is tight, so you have to see what you're playing for Sistermons. We have Sistermon CL, of course. There's these are all CLs as well, but it's not the right art because it's the gun art. So you have the BT16 one. This one's the one that usually gets played a lot because all of your Digimon get plus 2,000 DP. And on play, you gain 1 memory. So that's, yeah. And then there's the Sistermon CL from BT10, which is on play. If this is your turn, you may Digivolve one of your Digimon into a Digimon card with a Royal Knight trait in your hand for the Digivolution cost. So it just lets you continue up the line, basically. When one of your Digimon Digivolves into a Digimon with Huckmon, its name or Royal Knight trait, gain 1 memory. So it also decreases the cost. So it lets you go into like your X-Antibody plays for free, or because usually they're cost 1 in this deck. You also have the ST12 one, which again is another good one because it is reveal top 3, add 1 card with Huckmon in its name and Royal Knight trait, and then trash the rest. Plus it gives reboot, which is always good too. So I definitely see, usually you play a couple copies of this, a couple copies of that, and the CLs are a little bit more important than the Blancs, I feel. We have the new Sistermon CL Awakened. That's not new. Sorry. That was BT7. Again, I'm not sure people are going to be playing this one. I thought there was like a new CL Awakened for some reason. But maybe I was wrong. Because that to me was... Let's go... So many Jesmon cards. It's just hard to get them all in there. I love how it just shows me all the same cards because they have Sistermon in their traits. There's the one. So there is a new Sistermon CL Awakened, the one back from BT7. Again, I don't see that seeing play, but there is a new BT20 Sistermon, which is trash. All turns when any of your Sistermon are played, one of your Sistermon CLs may Digivolve into this card without paying the cost. On play, when Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon tamers can't suspend until the end of their turn. So stuns. That's pretty good. And then end of all turns, place this Digimon's top stack card as a top security card. So it's sort of like basically recovery, and then you can keep doing that. So I think this is potentially worth a one of, but we'll have to wait and see if it is good enough to be a one of. You're going to be trashing it every time if you can. Moving on to our Savior Huckmons, we have the OG that got banned and then unbanned. Savior Huckmon, when Digivolving, you may play 1 card with Sistermon's name from your hand without paying the cost. And then when attacking inheritable once per turn, if you have a Digimon card with Sistermon in its name, unsuspend this Digimon, so allowing you to do multiple attacks with him, potentially, or well, with your Jesmon. It's good stuff, yeah. And then, so this one's back to 4. You also have the ST version, which has the when Digivolving, this Digimon may also attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. Not super important for the deck anymore because it has so many ways to do that. Now, when attacking inheritable once per turn, if this Digimon has the Royal Knight trait, you may play 1 card with Sistermon its name from your hand or trash without paying the cost. The nice thing about this is it's hand or trash, whereas this is from hand only. So, but there's other better ways to do that. If we go over to the Savior Huckmon from BT13, he has the when you play Digimon with Sistermon in its name, you may Digivolve this Digimon into a Digimon card with Jesmon in its name in your hand for its Digivolution cost and reduce it by 2. So again, making your Jesmons cheaper. When attacking, once per turn, if this Digimon has a Royal trait, you may play one Sistermon and its name from your hand or trash without paying the cost. So the nice thing about this is it's got the same inheritable when attacking. So basically, it kind of replaces this just because it's better because it can have the reduced cost of Digivolving your Savior Huckmon. And we have the new Savior Huckmon from BT20. On play, when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 DP or less. End of your turn by suspending one of your other Digimon. This Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with Jesmon in its name in the hand without paying the cost. So that's cool. That's a free Jesmon. Your turn inheritable. This Digimon with Royal gains Alliance. So Alliance is really cool because you can make use of your Sistermons to buff and give security attack +1 to your Jesmon. So that's good. Yeah. And then, so I really like that. So I definitely think these two are musts. You probably see people play maybe play like 3, 3, and 2, or maybe play like 4, 3, and 1. Some kind of ratio in there. I don't think the starter deck one is going to see much play. I personally don't. Then we have, before we get into the Jesmon stuff, we'll talk about the Gankumon stuff. ST Gankumon, when Digivolving, you may play one Huckmon or Digimon or Sistermon in its name from your trash without paying its memory cost. Your turn once per turn, when one of your effects plays another Digimon, de-Digivolve 2 of your opponent's Digimon. That's a cool one. You're going to want to play Gankumons if you're playing a GX build, especially if you're trying to DNA Digivolve. I'm just not sure which Gankumons you want to play. This is an interesting option, but probably most likely want to play the new ones because the new ones are going to have more support here. You have the new Gankumon from BT20 when this card would be played. If you have a Digimon with Huckmon, Jesmon, or Sistermon in its name, reduce the play cost by 4. So with the I think that's with this guy here, the new, where's the BT20 guy? I can't find him. Which guy was I looking at? The new Bao Huckmon reduces it by 2. So it reduces by 2, and then this, if you have a card with Huckmon, Jesmon, or Sistermon in its name, reduce the play cost by 4. So you can reduce that play cost by 6. So you can play this Gankumon for 6. He's got Reboot, he's got Blocker, he's got On Play when Digivolving. One of your Digimon may Digivolve into a level 6 or lower Digimon card with Huckmon, Jesmon, Sistermon in its name, or the Royal Knight trait in the trash without paying the cost. So it gives you a free Digivolution. The only thing is you're going to be going up to your level 5, so you got to watch out for that. Then you have the new Gankumon X-Antibody from BT20, which is going to have de-Digivolve 2 to one of your opponent's Digimon. Then if Ganku or X-Antibody is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards until the end of your opponent's turn, none of your other Digimon are affected by your opponent's effects. That's really cool. Digimon effects only. Opponent's turn, all of your Digimon with Sistermon, Huckmon in their names, or Royal Knight trait gain Reboot and Blocker. And then opponent's turn, inheritable, while this Digimon is Jesmon GX, all of your Digimon gain Reboot. All of your Digimon gain Reboot during the opponent's unsuspend phase, and then Blocker. So basically same thing. And Digivolves from Gankumon for cost 2. So, yeah, these are cool cards. Will they see play? I mean, they could see play in the deck, but it could be like not something you really play into. It could just be something you trash and then attach with GX's ability. Of course, we have the original Gankumon X-Antibody. When Digivolving, you may play one card with Sistermon in its name from your hand to trash without paying the memory cost. Then if Gankumon is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, or you have a Digimon with Sistermon in it, in its name in play until the end of your opponent's turn. All of your Digimon get plus 2,000 DP, and your opponent's effects can't return them to the hands or decks or reduce their DP. I would say this guy's better because it just isn't affected by Digimon effects. And then we have the Gankumon from BT13, which is actually a very good card. He's got blocker, he's got on-play when Digivolving. You may play one Digimon card with Sistermon in its name from your trash, or one Digimon card with the Royal Knight trait from the Digivolution cards of your Digimon in the breeding area without paying its cost. And then you can play Gankumon or Omnimon with this effect. You can't play Gankumon or Omnimon with this effect. It's an interesting card. I don't see it seeing play, but it is. The BT13 Gankumon is actually really good. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. Then, of course, we get into our Jesmons here. We have our Jesmon from BT13. On play when Digivolving, choose any number of your opponent's Digimon whose total DP adds up to 6,000 or less and delete them. For each of your Digimon you have in play, add 2 other Digimon. Add 2,000 to the maximum base DP deletion effects. All turns for each other Digimon with Royal Knight trait or Sistermon in their names. If you have in play, all your Digimon get plus 1,000. That's a decent one. You have the OG one, which is not going to get played, so we're not going to worry about that. It's got piercing, and then plus 3,000 DP, plays a Sistermon from hand or trash without paying its memory cost when attacking, and yeah, so it's not seeing play. You also have the Jesmon from ST12, which was not a commonly liked Jesmon because he was a 4-cost Digivolution. This guy potentially could see play with the Alliance and just all the other abilities and the memory gain now because Blitz and then Alliance together would be so good, and then continue to because he plays. When attacking, you may play Digimon card or Sistermon its name from your hand without paying the memory cost. The one thing is that's hand, not trash, so it does limit you a little bit more. And then your turn once per turn, when you play another Digimon by this effect, this Digimon gets plus 3,000 and gains security attack plus 1. So you can have Blitz, you can have security attack plus 1, you can Alliance for security plus attack plus 2. Yeah, you get a lot of abilities with him. So you can potentially check 3 cards in one swing. You also have Jesmon X-Antibody from BT10, which gave you piercing, and when Digivolving, you may play one card with Sistermon its name from your hand or trash without paying its memory cost. Then if Jesmon is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, or you have a Digimon with Sistermon in its name in play, until the end of your opponent's turn, all of your Digimon can also attack opponents' unsuspended Digimon and get plus 2,000 DP. So this is something too, because you can Digivolve 0 from Jesmon, so this is really good. We have the new Jesmon, which is on play when Digivolve. You may play one Atho, Rene, or Por token, which has reboot, blocker, and decoy. Red-black decoy. Once per turn, your turn once per turn when any of your other Digimon are played, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 8,000 DP or less. Then one of your Digimon may attack. So that's good. Cool. Of course, they don't have rush, so your token can't attack. And then we have the new Jesmon X-Antibody, which is Digivolve 1 from Jesmon. He's got Alliance, so you can potentially Alliance twice with this deck if you have the other guy. So again, good if you can get up to this guy and go into this guy. You can Alliance twice and check 4 cards in one swing. When Digivolving, if Jesmon or X-Antibody is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, one of your Digimon isn't affected by your opponent's effects. That's opponent's effects, so that's really good. Then one of your Digimon may attack. All of your Digimon with Sistermon in their names or the Royal Knight trait gain piercing. And can also attack unsuspended Digimon. So he gives you that ability on his own. So I definitely think he's going to see play over the old Jesmon X-Antibody. Your turn while this Digimon is Jesmon GX, gains piercing and can attack unsuspended Digimon. So same inheritable, because they do have the new Jesmon GX Ace, which is a DNA Digivolve card. If we look at the old guy, he was could Digivolve from a Royal Knight for a cost 5, any level 6 Royal Knight. And he had, when Digivolving, you may place one card with Royal Knight trait and a play cost of 13 or less from your hand or trash under this Digimon as its bottom Digivolution cards. Activate one of that card's when Digivolving effects. Then you got Blitz. And then all turns while a card with the Royal Knight trait is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, this guy gains Piercing, Blocker, and Security Attack +1. So he was pretty fierce. So yeah. And then the last one, the new Jesmon GX can DNA Digivolve from a Gankumon Blast. DNA Digivolve from a level 6 with Jesmon name plus a level 6 with Gankumon name. Yeah. I think that's the only thing. You can't just Digivolve like... Yeah, it's got to be Gankumon and Jesmon. So it's a specific DNA Digivolve. Then on play, when Digivolving and when attacking, once per turn, by placing one Royal Knight trait card from your hand or trash as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with as much or less DP as this Digimon. And then when attacking once per turn, this Digimon unsuspends. Then for every 2 Royal Knight trait cards in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, trash your opponent's top security card. So this is kind of cool because it's supposed to be able to finish the game out, basically, when you go into him. So there's a lot of interesting things about this. Will this see play, or will people just play like an aggro Jesmon deck? Not sure yet. I would like to think that GX is possible. I'm just not sure how you do it, being that, you know, you'd have to do 2 stacks, and that's hard enough in a Jesmon deck without seeing both stacks die. It's an interesting proposal, really. Then you have, of course, you have some of your option cards. You have from Master to Disciple, which reveals top 3, adds 1 card with Huckmon, Sistermon in its name or Royal Knight trait among them to the hand and trashes the rest. Then delay after this card's placed. The next time one of your Digimon would Digivolve this turn, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. This is nice because it doesn't reduce it by 2 like trainings do, but it does let you choose. Like you can, it doesn't make you Digivolve with it. You just use it, and then the next time you Digivolve, it would be reduced by 1. So you can combo that with effects like the Huckmon to make, or Bow Huckmon from BT13 to make a free Savior Huckmon. So, yeah. And then security effect reveals top 3, adds 1 card, and then trashes the rest. And then second Meppa is a card specifically designed for GX. While you have a Digimon with Royal Knight trait in play, you may use this card without meeting its color requirements. Main, unsuspend one of your Digimon. Then, if that Digimon is Jesmon GX, activates one of its when Digivolving effects. So that's good. It's good. So second map is another one. It was really fierce when this deck was having some good stuff happen to it back, I think, like EX6, BT16 format. We saw some people top with this deck. Second Meppa was really important in the deck. This deck is always really cool. It has a lot of aggro, but it does go wide, so it does allow for decks that hate on wide boards to just kind of destroy it. We'll see if maybe the new protection and being able to attack and the alliance help you make short work of your opponents. Jesmon is a deck that is near and dear to my heart. It was one of the first decks, red deck. It was the first red deck that I took to a regionals after I originally took Beelzemon in the EX2, EX2 BT. What is it? BT9. It was the BT9 format when X-Antibody started. I first took Beelzemon, and then when the starter decks came out in October, this is what I was playing. I was playing all throughout November regionals and into the new year. I was just playing all Jesmon, and I loved it. I loved the Blitz Jesmon, so having him come back and him being good is actually really cool. But there's so many cards in the deck, and you're just gonna have to make your choices on what's the best option for you. I definitely think I'm going to be focusing on a lot of the new stuff, matching it with some of the best of the old stuff. Like the BT13 line is super solid. Of course, you got your original Searcher. That's going to be important. And then getting those ratios for your Sistermons, because they take up a lot of space in the deck, but they're super important. So with that all in mind, what do you guys think about this? Do you think that Jesmon GX Ace is the way to go? Or if we're just going to be building a pure Jesmon deck, what is your opinion, and what is your, what are you interested in for this deck? But it looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.